Hi. If you haven't already, let's take a moment and remember just how lucky we are to be here. That we have this veneer, this bubble, this atmosphere that surrounds our planet. Pretty amazing, right? And the more that we think about it, the more that we realize everything about this place is miraculous in its formation, in the way time and space and energy has manipulated, and that as a result of that, here we are. It's a miracle, the whole thing. Being comfortably postured, undisturbed, we find ourselves becoming more in contact with our physical body because it's by the nature of these requests. When one asks you to be relaxed, to be comfortable, then this is our first line of action, is that we go to our physicality. When someone asks you to be undisturbed, it is similar. Auditory perception, your hearing, you want to protect what you're doing and secure your environment. And so again, you are called to where are your ears located? On either side of your head. So you're pulled back to your physicality again. Speaking of which, when we consider our eyesight, when we consider our hearing, and we'll just throw in another one. When you consider your hands, well, let's throw in another one. Let's consider our feet. We have 4 sets of 2. When we use our hands, you think of your left hand and your right hand, and what your left hand does is going to be slightly different than what your right hand does. They are different. They are each unique. Similarly, when we speak of our feet, our little tootsies or big tootsies, we think of our left foot and we think of our right. And again, they each have their own uniqueness. Yes, of course, there are quite a number of similarities, maybe overwhelming similarities, but nonetheless, they are different. And getting back to our head, we have 2 ears. And we don't think so much of our ears as being the left ear and right ear. We just think of our hearing, right, as a singular context. But yet I suggest that we might think of wanting to develop and to acquire a greater sense of awareness of our hearing in either ear and in both. Similarly, with our eyesight, we think of our eyesight as being singular too, to some degree. I know, you think of your left eye, your right eye, you can cover them and things like that. But usually we think of our eyesight. If there's nothing else disturbing our vision, we think of our eyesight as being singular. And yet, at the same token, your eyes see uniquely. Your left eye sees differently than your right eye. And what I mean by that is the focalization of this muscle and then inside of one's own brain. So we can also pay closer attention and become more aware of our 2 different eyes. You can separate your vision even by looking at something and just separating your eyes, separating them. And you see, instead of one image, you can see 2 images. It is because each eye is reporting back to the left or the right side of your cerebrum, to your brain. And it's pretty amazing. 2 brains, right? We have the left and the right. So I'm just putting this out for you to think about. And you can play and make experiments and include this in your meditation and mindfulness practice, because they are very real. And they are part of whom you are and we are as organisms, as Homo sapiens. They are part of our tradition and our history. They are very much a part of our evolution. Oh, just some food for thought. Breathing long and slow, with intention, with attention, with energy, with love and joy in your heart and your mind, curiosity, a sense of kindness, a sense of openness, a sense of warmth, a sense of humility, appreciation. Bringing our awareness and our attention up to our head, those two cerebrums, and to the cerebellum beneath, and to the brainstem beneath that, we begin to realize that there is more than one brain in our head. So think about that as we evolve over this time of evolution, as our mind and our capabilities developed, so too did our brains. And here we are today. Another amazing thing to consider. There is a reason we're considering different things. It's because there is such a great depth of potential possibilities of our own understanding, of our own coming into greater realizations. There is so much more going on than we seemingly an endless array have no possibility of understanding it all. It is endless. The depth of perception within the context of just living in your own minds is something that's incredible. For instance, you are dreaming in the middle of the night, and you are thinking about someone or something. One, you didn't address this prior to dreaming it. It's popped up in your mind. And I'm not sure what this word popped up means, but it's in your mind. And in your recollection, in your dream, there is a vividness. There is an essence of 3D. Intricate pixelation of what you are seeing in your mind's eye. It is real. It is how we live our days and our nights. It is as real can be. And this is inside of your mind from a memory. One activity. One, most likely a small series of moments, a few seconds, a few minutes of time. And yet here you are in this dream state moment, experiencing this vividness as if, and you are in that moment from afar, from however many years ago this initial event occurred. Think about this, lingering on this on your own. My hypothesis is that everything that we have ever thought of, everything we have ever done is in your mind, available, participating, part of what's going on. Adding this personal pointedness, ourselves, our individuality. After having conveyed this sense of the infinitude of your own mind and mental capabilities, just here and now, and expanding this to include everyone else, and all of a sudden every other kind of events, and all of a sudden the infinite becomes the inconceivable beyond. And here you are, coming back to the tip of your nose and thinking about, wow, we are really something else. In each moment as we progress through life, each moment, that it is a miracle, that everything is a part of this miraculous, astonishing, amazing reverence of creation. Everything. That the air that we take for granted is full of energy and life. This is what's on my mind these days, is this incredible bounty that we each possess. If we open up our minds, if we open up our sense of awareness, it is here. And it is everything. Think about what you're doing. Seed and plant in your heart and soul good deeds, virtues, qualities, characteristics, and importantly amongst them are humility and kindness and compassion, not just for those that are around you, or you know of, or hear of, or read of, but for yourself. That you foster your growth with positivity rather than hinder it with negativity. Allowing yourself to sprout. That's what a good seed does, right? It sprouts. And nurture this seed as it grows. And who is that but you? And in so doing, as an example for others, that they might see, that they may inquire and become as you and me, seeking self-improvement, mindfulness, meditation. This is what Homo sapiens are about. In the billion years of evolution, look at this incredible journey. Have a nice day.